Okay, so here's another little interesting recording that I wanted to post on my channel. So first, what I wanted to say is that if I were to be crowned a queen or a princess, like in any realm, like I would not I would refuse the crown at first and not put it on my head, because if you signify a crown, like, it represents Saturn in a way, and I wanted to go over within this topic. I wanted to kind of go over what I thought about the ending of Game of Thrones, and personally what I thought about what took place within the series. So, me personally, if I were Daenerys, I would have confronted Arya, and I would have spoken to her. And personally, I would have let her deal with the whole situation that took place within King's Landing. But what Daenerys did was, I have to say this, you guys, it was purely based on emotion and how she felt towards Cersei, because I understand that she was angry, and she felt rage towards Cersei, but she should have only felt rage towards that person and not the whole kingdom. She was on her dragon and everything, but what she should have done was confront Arya, and she should have let Arya deal with this whole situation, because if she would have left the whole kingdom alone instead of have it fall to ruin, then she would have been looked upon as, a good queen, the greatest queen, a fair queen to all of the kingdoms, but she didn't do that. Instead, she let her emotion get in the way, and she just let loose on the whole kingdom. And this is where she went wrong. And this is why she was killed by Jon Snow. And I totally, I agree with, what he did, because in the end, it seemed like she didn't really care about the people of King's Landing. She was a great person for, in her earlier in the earlier episodes where she, freed the people. Like, I agreed with all that, because she freed those slaves from, the slave masters and everything, but in the end, she made the mistake by raining all her rage within that kingdom, when she should have thought about, the long-term run of her being queen, by not betraying, the people that were around her. she fought well with the undead people, but in the end, she made the mistake by raining terror upon all those people in the kingdom. But, you know, if I, you know, as my higher self, as Turkish choir, Hathor and Io, if I were to be crowned a princess or a queen, I would not wear the crown on my head. I would just take it in my hand and say thank you. Because, you know, my ideology, and within my ideology, the crown represents Saturn. So, I mean, as Turkish choir, I'm just a mere dancer. Like, I dance, and I only want to please my husbands in this life. I mean, that's all I'm here to do. I'm a very low key, feminine type. You know, my higher self is very feminine and subtle. So I just wanted to bring this about in this recording. Just talking about like what I thought about Game of Thrones, the ending, and you know, how Daenerys, her character, she you know, she went overboard with her, you know, she had to let her emotions get the best of her, and you know, I think she wasn't thinking clearly with her decision. So I'm saying, if I was Daenerys, I would have confronted Arya and let her deal with Cersei, because Arya knows the way. She had trained with this man for how long, like, and she knows the way of stealth and everything. So it's just crazy to think about like how the series ended. I mean, if any of you, my subscribers, had watched the series till the end. So so to end this recording, I watch a lot of videos concerning like MGTOW and you know what the righteous so-called righteous black men are going through with black women. And just to say this, within my story, within my DNA story that is unfolding, you know, as we awaken through this Aquarian age, so there is a reality where, within my DNA story, Jester, he is a clown demon who he wants to be the king. He wants to reign over all resources. And we all know that melanin is a type of resource. And like, I feel within my DNA story, you know, as my higher self, as I ascend, like, like I would try to portray my story, and a story, if it's going to be told, a story always has an evil person, and evil people and good people. Just like in Star Wars, like there's an evil force and there's a good force. And like within this matrix structure, so the Mu source, the original galactic source, has been corrupted by these various different characters. And I will, as a human being, I will include this within my DNA story. It's almost if you think it's for a purpose. I know that. But, but it's also just a creative, fun thing to do. Like, I don't really know how else to explain it, but it's just something that I would want to include. Because I go off of what I see on YouTube and what others are witnessing through this matrix society that is being controlled. So all of the goddesses, there were many goddesses with melanin who have been corrupted, and it shows here in this reality. Since my higher self is both Io, Hathor, and Terpsichore all in one, and it's like when you read on the internet, those websites, like if you look up any Egyptian goddess, like she has alter egos or different personas that she takes. But with me, it goes as far as just gaining that information, that those as a starseed, I guess you would say, like you're receiving downloads from the cosmic center, if that's one way you want to put it. So as all three of those personas, but my main persona is Terpsichore, and she was a muse of dance. Terpsichore, she was a muse of love and dance and singing. And she has a story because and overall, I don't really see Hathor as being a bad deity either, because I read about her and I'm like, well, she doesn't, it doesn't say that she's ruled by Venus or Saturn. So all I read about her was just that she was a goddess of she was an Egyptian goddess of love, dance, the daughter of Ra, and she had husbands who she'd married and got to know from an early age. So, that's all that, I read more about her, but that's all I got from her, so. In my other video, I said that I was Hathor, and I know that I am. It's just, as Hathor and or Aset, I should take the qualities of the goddess Isis, and I know that my main persona is her name is Turkish Choir. So, I mean, whatever download I get from the center of the universe, this is what I'll get. So this is what it'll be like. You know, I'm not expecting this video to be perfect. It's just me trying to get the message out so that people can hear it. You know, I don't really care about being famous or, you know, having views. It's all about just getting the idea, the message out there. And I know that YouTube is removing channels. They're trying to remove certain channels. That's why, you know, if certain channels will be removed, you know, if people even care, like they could see my channel and listen to what I have to say, you know, it's just all about putting it out there, I guess, you guys. So I want to end it here. Alright, I hope you appreciated the message, and I'll get back to you in another recording here later. Alright, thanks you guys. Bye.